out on the remote plains of the Tule Block in southeastern Botswana, far beyond the reach of the country's popular safari trails. A deadly struggle is unfolding. Lions, once symbols of untamed wilderness, have become a devastating threat to small, isolated farming communities. Night after night, they tear through weak livestock enclosures, slaughtering goats, and even hauling off cattle that weigh over 1,000 pounds. For many families, each attack means more than just the loss of animals. It's the loss of food, income, and the very tools they depend on to survive. The situation has only grown more dire. With every passing season, the conflict deepens, leaving villagers desperate for answers. Can hunting truly serve as the final line of defense, or is there another way to restore balance? Entire fields of maize are left to rot as farmers stand guard in vain, waking each morning to blood-stained corrals and broken homes. Reinforced fences, fire barriers, guard dogs, and even relocation efforts, none have managed to outsmart the lion's strength, persistence, and terrifying intelligence. Across the rugged grasslands of the Tule Block, lions move like shadows, fierce, dominant, and untouchable. They reign over the thorny bushlands and sweeping plains with raw, untamed power. For generations, this territory has been the stage for a relentless struggle between humans and nature. Farmers fight to defend their herds, while hunters venture into the wilderness seeking the ultimate challenge, to face Africa's most formidable predator on its own ground. Hunting a lion in this harsh, unpredictable land takes far more than bravery. It demands strategy, precision, and a deep respect for the environment. Every shot, every step must be deliberate. This is not about trophies or glory. It's a confrontation between human grit and the wild's pure instinct. In the Tule Block, survival hinges on discipline, awareness, and an unwavering respect for the king of the plains. When it comes to facing a lion head-on, only the most powerful firearms will do. A large-caliber rifle built for dangerous game is the hunter's most trusted ally, one designed to deliver devastating stopping power when it matters most. Against a predator that can weigh over 500 pounds and sprint at nearly 50 miles per hour, smaller calibers are useless. That's why rifles chambered in .375 H&H Magnum, .416 Rigby, or .458 Winchester Magnum have become legendary choices, each known for their unmatched penetration and energy transfer. These heavy hitters have earned their place in Africa's hunting legacy. They've proven time and again that they can bring down not only lions, but many of the continent's most formidable beasts. Anything less powerful risks a far worse outcome, merely wounding the lion. And few things in the wild are more terrifying than a wounded lion on the charge, closing the distance in a heartbeat. When it comes to ammunition, the right choice can mean the difference between a clean victory and a deadly mistake. In Botswana, seasoned hunters often rely on soft-point bullets, designed to expand on impact, tearing through vital organs and delivering maximum energy where it counts. This expansion ensures a fast, humane kill, while minimizing the risk of suffering or escape. Solid bullets, on the other hand, are better suited for thick-skinned giants like elephants or buffalo. Against a lion, they can punch straight through without transferring enough stopping power, a dangerous flaw when facing a predator built for speed and fury. That's why every responsible hunter keeps extra rounds ready. If that first shot doesn't drop the lion, there may be just a split second before the hunter goes from predator to prey. Shot placement is the single most important factor in lion hunting. It can mean the difference between success and catastrophe. The most effective shot targets the shoulder and chest cavity, driving the bullet through the lungs and heart for a fast, humane kill. While aiming for the head might seem appealing, it's a gamble few hunters dare to take. A lion's thick skull and constant movement make a clean headshot nearly impossible, and a poorly placed bullet can turn a stalking predator into an enraged attacker within seconds. That's why precision and composure are everything. Hunters must steady their breathing, focus their aim, and wait for the perfect opportunity before pulling the trigger. In the tall grass and rugged terrain of the Tule Block, visibility can vanish in an instant. One moment of hesitation or a single mistake, and the hunter's pursuit of the lion can turn into a desperate fight to survive. In the unforgiving wilderness of the Tule Block, success often hinges on the skill and intuition of local guides and trackers, men and women who have spent their entire lives reading the land and understanding the ways of the lion. They can interpret the smallest clues that most would miss, a faint paw print in the dust, a snapped twig hidden in tall grass, or the distant rumble of a territorial roar. They know where prides retreat during the midday heat and how they stalk the plains as dusk falls. Trusting their instincts isn't just smart, it's a matter of survival. Out here, the bush doesn't forgive mistakes. The Tule Block's vast, untamed terrain tests every hunter to the limit. That's why the expertise of these seasoned professionals often makes the difference between a triumphant hunt and a deadly encounter, between coming home with a story and never returning at all. Hours, sometimes days, of tracking beneath the relentless African sun, crawling through thorn-covered terrain, or waiting motionless in a blind as darkness closes in. Every sound sharpens the senses. The snap of a branch, a low growl drifting on a wind, the faint rustle of movement in the grass. The hunter's pulse quickens, but one hasty move or premature shot can end the pursuit in an instant. So what's the real answer? Is hunting the only effective way to manage lion populations in Botswana's Tule Block? Or could there be more sustainable solutions? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and join the conversation. And if you enjoy exploring the wild with us, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more thrilling adventures deep in Africa's untamed heart. Welcome to the channel where we dig deep into the battle against invasive species, right here in the US and around the globe. Imagine this. Farmers, scientists, and wildlife pros joining forces, using smart technology and targeted strategies to defend our land. These aren't just backyard pests. We're talking about species that cause billions in agricultural damage every year. In 2022 alone, more than 20,000 invasive animals were responsibly removed to help protect our crops, our ecosystems, and the livelihoods of rural communities. Stick around as we break down the latest innovations in wildlife management, tackle tough questions. Across several urban areas, rival gangs of macaques are making headlines, and not in a good way. These bold invaders aren't just stealing food, they're clashing with locals and even launching attacks on unsuspecting pedestrians. Their rise traces back to the 1970s, when massive deforestation forced wildlife into closer contact with humans. That disruption sparked a macaque population explosion that's been rattling city life and draining local resources ever since. Now, communities on the front lines, especially those near urban forests, are stepping up. They're launching focused wildlife management efforts to protect residents, safeguard agriculture, and restore a healthier balance between nature and the neighborhoods it's creeping into. It's not just about keeping monkeys out of trash bins. It's about preserving harmony between people and the wild world around them. To manage the surge of invasive monkeys, experienced wildlife trackers have turned to stealth and strategy. They bait the landscape with irresistible treats, ripe bananas, crisp apples, carefully positioned to draw the animals in. Then, hidden in camouflage blinds that blend into the terrain, they wait silently. When troops approach, hunters use quiet weapons like bows and arrows, avoiding loud noises that might startle the group or escalate chaos. This low-impact method isn't just about efficiency, it's about respect. Every step is designed to minimize stress on the animals while protecting the balance of local ecosystems. Still, even with skill and precision, the job is no walk in the park. A typical hunter may only capture 2 or 3 monkeys a day, while the most seasoned can manage 5 or 6. These aren't small creatures either. Adult macaques can grow nearly 3 feet tall and weigh up to 50 pounds. Tracking and capturing them takes serious strength, patience, and a deep commitment to humane wildlife management. Deep in the forests, skilled marksmen take a calculated approach to managing invasive monkey populations. Armed with bolt-action rifles, most commonly chambered in .223 or .243, they rely on patience, precision, and a deep understanding of animal behavior. From hidden vantage points, they scan the canopy, listening closely for the distinct calls of monkey troops before taking aim. Shooting from a controlled distance of 100 to 200 yards, they work to limit their impact on the surrounding environment. But it's not just about marksmanship, it's about ethics. These hunters follow strict guidelines to ensure humane outcomes, aiming for vital zones like the head or neck for a swift, clean kill. They target only fully mature monkeys, carefully avoiding pregnant females and younger animals to support ecological balance and biodiversity. It's a method rooted in both discipline and respect, one that blends precision with a long-term vision for the health of our forests. This careful, disciplined strategy is more than just population control. It's a commitment to animal welfare and responsible land stewardship. By blending modern techniques with deep respect for nature, hunters play a key role in preserving the balance of ecosystems that future generations depend on. That's why ethical hunting practices matter more than ever. It's not just about removing a threat, it's about doing so with care, integrity, and a long-term commitment to conservation. Responsible hunters and wildlife managers are stepping up as stewards of the land, using skill and restraint to protect our communities, our ecosystems, and the delicate balance that holds it all together. If you're passionate about preserving wild spaces and learning how modern conservation works in the real world, don't miss what's coming next. Hit subscribe, stay tuned, and join us in the next episode as we uncover more powerful stories from the front lines of invasive species control. This video is for educational and awareness purposes. All scenes follow local laws and ethical hunting guidelines. Hey folks, welcome to Northwoods Pursuit, where we track the unexpected wild stories unfolding in today's America. Believe it or not, one of the most surprising threats creeping into our cities isn't a coyote or a black bear, it's baboons. That's right. In 2024, the USDA reported over 1,000 incidents of these clever primates breaking into homes in search of food. What used to be an odd sighting is now a growing crisis. Are our traditional wildlife control methods enough? Or are we overdue for something smarter, tougher, and more adaptive? Today we're diving into the heart of the issue, exploring how communities are standing up, fighting back, and finding new ways to reclaim their peace of mind. Stick around and drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your take and might even feature it in our next episode. Things are getting wild, literally. What started a few years ago with just a dozen or so curious baboon break-ins has exploded into over 1,500 cases reported in 2024. And these aren't your average backyard critters. Baboons are smart, strong, and fearless, and they're tearing up suburban neighborhoods. Homes have been ransacked, cars destroyed, and the total damage? An unbelievable $175 million. But it's not just the mess they leave behind. Their droppings carry bacteria that can spread disease to humans, turning this into a public health concern. In Broward County alone, more than 500 baboons are believed to be roaming free. With traps and fences failing, some communities are going to extreme lengths, yes, even arming themselves, just to protect their homes and families. In response to the escalating baboon crisis, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, FWC, has tightened the reins with strict new regulations. Anyone hoping to hunt these invasive primates must now obtain a statewide license and stick to a designated hunting season running from January through March. But this is an open season. It's a carefully controlled operation. Each hunter is required to report any baboon taken within 7 days. No excuses. Miss that window, and you could face serious consequences, including a 5-year suspension from all hunting activities in Florida. On top of that, participants are now required to complete a certified firearms safety course, ensuring every hunter knows how to handle their weapon with care, accuracy, and accountability before heading into the field. As the baboon population surged, Florida's hunters had to adapt fast, bringing smarter strategies and more advanced gear into play. Success hinges on precision, which means maintaining a safe yet effective range, typically between 100 and 150 feet, to minimize risk while ensuring clean, accurate shots. At the forefront of this effort is the Impact M3 air rifle, a cutting-edge tool praised for its speed, pinpoint accuracy, and reliability in close to mid-range scenarios. This powerful air rifle has proven to be a turning point in the fight, helping drive the baboon population down from over 5,000 to just around 1,000. But the benefits go beyond population control. These efforts are restoring balance to local ecosystems, shielding farmland from destruction, and protecting Florida's vital agricultural backbone. Controlling invasive species like baboons today isn't just about pulling the trigger. It's about thinking smarter, moving quieter, and working as a unit. Modern hunters are stepping up their game with high-tech camouflage that blends seamlessly into Florida's wild landscape, making it nearly impossible for these sharp-eyed primates to detect them. Bait traps, especially fruit-based lures, are strategically placed to draw baboons into more visible, controlled spaces where shots can be taken safely and cleanly. But the real game changer, teamwork. Hunters now operate in coordinated squads of 3 or more, using radios and hand signals to communicate, cover more ground, and keep everyone safe. It's no longer a solo pursuit. It's a carefully choreographed mission that's delivering real results. Technology is playing a critical role in turning the tide against Florida's baboon surge. Today's hunters rely on precision optics, scopes with adjustable zoom, tilt, and even thermal features to lock onto targets in dense brush or under unpredictable weather. But it's not just about the gear, it's about how it's used. Strict regulations are in place to ban nighttime hunting, helping protect other species and reduce the risk to nearby communities. This isn't about wiping baboons off the map. It's about restoring balance. Once the population is under control, the goal is to scale back hunting operations and let the ecosystem recover naturally. At the same time, wildlife officials are taking steps to make sure baboons don't fall victim to other invasive predators, keeping Florida's fragile environment in check for the long haul. Managing invasive species isn't just a number. It opens up a bigger conversation about ethics, responsibility, and where we draw the line when it comes to controlling wildlife. Are we doing enough? Are we going too far? That's where your voice matters. We'd love to hear what you think about the moral side of these efforts. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're into real, unfiltered stories from the front lines of wildlife management, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Just a quick note, everything shown in this video follows local laws and ethical hunting standards. Our goal is to inform, not sensationalize, because awareness is the first step toward real solutions.